Here's some thoughts. In Vietnam, I had the power of a god, with lightning and thunder only as far away as the nearest artillery battery. My commands may have been questioned, but they were always followed, and although I came to despise the life and death decisions I was forced to make, I had learned to make them professionally and competently. All that was taken from me at the moment I was wounded, and it was difficult to adjust to being totally powerless. Many times I struck out blindly and irrationally at the corpsmen and nurses who were trying to help me, and it only increased my frustration that in my weakened state I was unable to inflict any damage on them. I now had to ask for everything, and it was damnably difficult to maintain a self-image when I was still soiling my bed. Shortly after New Year's, I also had the first of many identical dreams. In it, I was back in Vietnam, and my platoon and I were preparing for a combat mission. As I gathered up my gear for the engagement, I could not find some of the equipment I needed: an ammunition clip, some socks, or a helmet. The particular lost item varied with the dream and was not nearly as important as the life or death situation we would be facing shortly, but frustration over its loss, rather than apprehension of impending danger, was the dominant emotion associated with the early part of the dream. The middle sequence was hazy, but as the dream ended, we had engaged a unit of enemy soldiers, and I had become separated from my men. The soldiers chased me through the surrounding area, and as they closed in on me, I awoke, covered with perspiration, and certain that I had barely avoided that last look into my soul that will surely precede my death. I've had the dream many times since it first roiled up from my subconscious in the winter of 1969, and each time it has been as terrifying as if I was experiencing it for the first time. I am able to see now that the dream is a reenactment and playing out of the events leading up to my wounding, but my understanding of the dream's origins does not ease the terror associated with it. In fact, it only serves to remind me anew that had I chosen to confront the enemy on that now distant battlefield where I almost died, I would perhaps have come to know myself better, or to have proved myself my father's son.